Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you too can become great. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Life does not consist, mainly, or even largely, of facts or happenings. It consists mainly of the storm of thoughts that is forever flowing through one's head. Every person is a book. Each year, a chapter. Let us endeavor so to live that when we come to die, even the undertaker will be sorry. Work like you don't need the money. Dance like no one is watching. And love like you've never been hurt. Politicians and diapers must be changed often, and for the same reason. Never argue with an idiot. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. The trouble with the world is not that people know too little. It's that they know so many things that just aren't so. Give every day the chance to become the most beautiful day of your life. Focus more on your desire than on your doubt, and the dream will take care of itself. Find a job you enjoy doing, and you will never have to work a day in your life. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks, and starting on the first one. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. What is joy without sorrow? What is success without failure? What is a win without a loss? What is health without illness? You have to experience each if you are to appreciate the other. There is always going to be suffering. It's how you look at your suffering, how you deal with it, that will define you. You meet people who forget you. You forget people you meet. But sometimes, you meet those people you can't forget. Those are your friends. The best way to cheer yourself is to try to cheer someone else up. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear, and the blind can see. Courage is resistance to fear. Mastery of fear. Not absence of fear. Don't go around saying, "The world owes you a living." The world owes you nothing. It was here first. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to reform, or pause and reflect. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. Always acknowledge a fault. This will throw those in authority off their guard and give you an opportunity to commit more. It is curious that physical courage should be so common in the world, and moral courage so rare. Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know, because I've done it thousands of times. Wrinkles should merely indicate where the smiles have been. Never put off till tomorrow what may be done the day after tomorrow just as well. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. Education. The path from cocky ignorance to miserable uncertainty. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence. Then success is sure. Choosing not to read is like closing an open door to paradise. A clear conscience is the sure sign of a bad memory. History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Out of all the things I have lost, I miss my mind the most. I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. If voting made any difference, they wouldn't let us do it. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. It's better to keep your mouth shut and appear stupid than open it and remove all doubt. It is better to deserve honors, and not have them, than to have them, and not deserve them. Good judgment is the result of experience, and experience the result of bad judgment. The man who is a pessimist before 48 knows too much. If he is an optimist after it, he knows too little. I wish I could make him understand that a loving, good heart is riches enough, and that without it, intellect is poverty. Grief can take care of itself. But to get the full value of joy, you must have somebody to divide it with. The older I get, the more clearly I remember things that never happened. I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one instead. It is easier to stay out than to get out. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. Never allow someone to be your priority, while allowing yourself to be their option.